Today we're going to be talking about the Hasbro React Attack Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3. Originally released, I believe, in 2001 to coincide with the movie theater release of Jurassic Park 3. These were the first and only Jurassic Park 3 figures that I got for myself because, to be completely honest, even as a kid, I really wasn't all too crazy about this movie after I left the theater. It just left a bad taste in my mouth. You can't replace the T-Rex with the Spinosaurus. I'm sorry. Oh, big deal, you got yourself a brand spanking new dinosaur duck. I don't care. The disrespect that this duck left upon my young eyeballs in that movie theater was insurmountable to the amount of disappointment in the quality of the movie, even as a young, idiotic child. But just because the movie sucked, that doesn't mean the toys have to suck, because to be completely honest, I'm honestly surprised at how much I genuinely, really like this thing. Let's take a look. Right away, despite its base coat being a very gravy-looking brown, there's a lot going on here in terms of paint and detail. The skin is scaly and bumpy. The wound looks painful, even with that little waffle square at the center. The fin sail over here is beautifully detailed and painted with some really nice paint choices, I feel. And from the base of the tail to the top of the sail, bars to the neck to the top of the head, you're going to get this very golden looking color over here, which is really, really nice. Moving the figure to the other side, you can see this very dusty, almost concrete dust gray going on over here, and that is going to make returns all throughout the neck and the head, moving into the underbelly. And this is interesting. I don't exactly know if this is 100% accurate, but I like the way it looks. Very fierce, very lovely, really brings forth the detail. Mind you, I do believe these figures were $12 or $15 at release, so the fact that we're seeing such lovely painted details on these things is just really, really crazy. There's even a little bit of detail on the roof of the mouth, and some pretty decent detail and paint on the tongue and the teeth. Very nice. As mentioned before, here is more of that concrete dusty gray going on here, mostly for the underbelly. It does make some appearances on the legs over here and on the undersides of the arms up over here. Strange, but nice looking. Absolutely. Really digging it. Hasbro was really on their A game with these, although I think in 2001, Hasbro was definitely a different company than they are today. Or maybe that's just nostalgia goggles blinding me, but even their Transformers at this point in time are really, really good looking. Not at all articulate, but I really do have to sing my praises for the detail and the paint on this thing. It is immaculate, and it looks so very good. And the paint on the sail, again, I'm a fanboy for it. I really, really like it. I love how it highlights the different parts of the sail. Oh, man. Just some really beautiful and next level looking stuff for Hasbro. And we got the JP3 tattoo over here. You know, I was surprised to find out that there was just so many of these that were made. There was even a repaint of this figure made, the Aquatic Attack Spinosaurus, or Aqua Attack Spinosaurus, and that looks amazing. Seriously, I'm really surprised at just not only how good all of these seem to look, but how crazy the paint jobs are, in terms of accuracy and just in general. You wonder where I got my weird taste in paint from. But anyway, good old Duck Love over here gets a solid star in terms of paint and detail. Now let's take a look at articulation and the gimmick. So we ain't gonna get nothing in this stumpy, adorable little tail over here. The legs are going to be able to go all the way around with some movement needed of the arms, which will also be able to go all the way around. Pretty basic articulation, but for the time, I think that's pretty much run-of-the-mill type stuff here. So I'm going to give articulation a solid star. Now, in terms of the gimmick does have a little bit of an articulated formation here. So you're basically just going to press Spinosaurus's Adam's apple in, and she will roar. The Spinosaurus definitely did not sound like this in the movie. You're Jurassic Park. Even at the time you were a multi-million-dollar franchise, you couldn't afford to put the actual roars from the movies in your figures? I mean, at least this doesn't sound like a roar from the movie. I don't know, man. It seems kind of lackluster to me, and believe me, that's not going to be the only time it feels lackluster to me in these reviews. But it is pretty cool that we get a roaring feature that opens the mouth, even if it does sound like a dying moose on the side of the street. Now, even though the battle damage gimmick doesn't make the mouth move, you can still move the mouth at the same time as this soundbite is playing. But first, Like I stepped on my dog's tail whilst wearing my combat boots on the way to the 9 Inch Nails show. Can we just... I mean, it definitely sounds in pain. I'll give it that. Now don't get me wrong, I hate this thing so much. I hate what it did to the T-Rex in that movie. But this? Why? I just really wish they could have used some of the sound effects from the movie, to be completely honest. I don't know, maybe I'm a Jurassic Park hack job and these are sounds from the movie and I just can't remember or tell or whatever. To build atop that poorly constructed sentence that I just uttered out of my gullet, I'm really not that much of a Jurassic Park fan anymore. I still go and see the movies when they're out in theaters and everything, but I really don't go out of my way to learn new things about the franchise nor really go out and buy the figures. So if I got a bunch of stuff wrong in this video, I apologize. I just wanted to make all that clear. I'm not fully out of my element. I'm still talking about giant lizards, technically, chicken birds. But when it comes to Jurassic Park, I'm really not going out of my way to get new things. But if these videos do well enough, maybe I'll throw up some voting polls and you guys can tell me which figures to get next. How do you feel about all that? Anyway, in terms of the gimmick, it's cool that there's some articulation here and there, but I really do feel a little bit let down by not the quality of the sound, but just the sound in general. So I'm going to give the gimmick for old Dick over here a half a star. That's about it, everybody. We've reached the end of the first video of this 3-part miniseries that I'm going to be doing on childhood Jurassic Park figures. I hope you enjoyed. Honestly, I had a lot more fun recording this than I thought I would. If you did enjoy, please let me know in the comments section below. And if you're new here, you should hit that subscribe button because I'm going to be talking about a lot of different stuff after this. And again, if you want more Jurassic Park stuff, this video is just gonna have to do well, so you do your best to get the word out that you want ShinRobjira to... I'm sorry, I can't do this shill stuff. Oh God. What I absolutely can shill, though, is my Patreon page. Patrons, thank you so much for becoming ShinRobjira patrons. For those of you here who do not follow any of my social media pages, you should do so by clicking any of the links in the description below, and you should also check out my merch page, because, you know, ShinRobjira merch. So I will most certainly be seeing you all sometime next week, and I will be seeing you again on Friday with yet another Jurassic Park review. Gonna be talking about the companion piece to old Dick over here, that being the T-Rex, and it's a green boy. I'm excited.